everyone. Welcome back to the Socially Awesome channel. We are here on Thursday. We have a special guest, Lainne Love, today. I'm so excited to have you and connect with you, another mom in the online space. But Lainne is also an award-winning coach and a leading edge healer. So thank you so much for being here today. I'm excited to share your story with my audience and just connect with you.
Amazing. I'm so grateful to be here. It is always wonderful to connect with people and just share whatever experiences that we've had to hopefully inspire others or give them a little bit of a roadmap. I know it's helped me a lot along my way.
I love that. So tell me a little bit about what you do, who you serve, all the things. Let's just jump right in with an introduction on how you are serving your audience and people, through your coaching and your healing.
Sure. Yeah, I tend to attract entrepreneurs, I guess, because I am one. And I also tend to attract parents, again, because I am one. And so in those two lanes, I have experience, and it's nice to be able to relate to who you're working with and who hires me, because I have an idea of the challenges, the obstacles that they're facing and what possible solutions would be. And I got into this game because I started off as a healer, and it just evolved from there. And coaching opened up, and coaching is just fun because it's a little bit of the Wild West, or at least it was. You could kind of put all sorts of cool things together, and that was coaching under that framework. So that really worked for me because I have a diverse skill set, because I'm obsessed with education. I'm always taking a course, just because I just think the world is absolutely a super cool place to be, and there's so many interesting things to learn. So that really translates well for me and for my clients, because I have a really diverse skill set to pull from when I'm looking to create solutions with clients.
I love that. And I was reading a little bit about you helping people not only overcome trauma, but overcoming those limiting beliefs as well. And that's something that I think a lot of entrepreneurs can relate to and connect with, is the overcoming those limiting beliefs. So what are some exercises, or what path do you take your clients on to overcome those limiting beliefs? What are some words of wisdom you can share with us about going through that process? Because I think at every level, people have limiting beliefs, right? I might overcome one, and then when I'm about to level up again, I have another. Yeah. So I think it's a mindset thing, and I'm not a mindset specialist. I work every day on my own mindset and overcoming those beliefs. But what is some of the pathway that you take your clients on during that process?
You would think that it would be complicated, but it's not. The challenging part is really like meeting yourself every day, because you start anew, you're fresh every day. And I think where people really appreciate coaching is having some support along that way, support and accountability, and certainly tools help. But at the end of the day, it's all you. And that's a really beautiful and empowering thing, because you have to decide to show up and do the work, and you have to dig deep within yourself and do the work. So yes, it doesn't really matter where you are along your journey, whether it's, you're just starting a business, or you're at the top of your game and you're looking to level up. The thing that's in your way 9 times, probably 10 times out of 10, really is that limiting belief. And that's where it gets a little bit fun, because there's some dynamics involved there. We can go back to your ancestry, because we know that we carry genes, we pass along information within ourselves and also within our energetic field, with the country that we're born in, the social systems that we're born in, we grew up in. All of these things help to shape what we believe is possible for us. And along the way, along our journey, whether it's parenting or business, we're going to bump up against those things, and we're going to feel uncomfortable, or we're going to want something different, or we're not going to like something. And just that bumping up against it is that knowingness, that opportunity, that you're in that knowingness, that it's time to look at what that belief is. So that's the opportunity. So getting to work with someone like a coach or a therapist, or with yourself, I mean, it depends on how much internal strength you have, and how much integrity and how much discipline that you have. You know, David Goggins is a really great example of somebody that was able to dig deep within himself and challenge himself and meet himself every day. So I always want people to know that it's possible for you to do it. I'm someone that prefers to have a coach because I like being, I like to celebrate with people along the way. I like to be accountable, and I just like somebody to witness. I think that that's an overlooked, really, really important part of supporting somebody and coaching somebody, is simply just to bear witness to their life, to their challenges, and just be there and listen. Because again, I'll hit that home over and over and over again. You have it all within you. And sometimes that's really just all that we need, is just somebody to bear witness to us and what it is that we've survived and overcome, and what it is that we're looking to create and birth and give to the world.
Right. Oh, I love that. I love that. So tell me a little bit about, because I've been on your website, and I've checked out all of your client love, and I've read a lot of the ways that you've helped people, and even some information about a book. Is that right? Am I reading that right?
Yes.
A little bit about that, because that's really cool. That's a dream of mine, is to publish a book, and it's on my 2024 vision board. But I'm interested because I read about, retraining your brain and using hypnosis, I believe. And so tell me a little bit about that, because I'm so intrigued, because I have made myself more aware since becoming a full-time entrepreneur of my own thoughts, and of a lot of these beliefs that were probably formed out of childhood. So they're things that I've just thought forever, and they're not necessarily true. Who determines that they're true? So I've started to rewire my own brain, but I'm very curious with the book about the hypnosis factor in it. And I'm eager to learn a little bit more about that. So share with me, please.
Well, let's start a little of that rewiring process right now and say, no, not 2024. You can write a book in a weekend.
Oh, man. With 3 are you sure? No, just kidding.
Yeah, I have a friend, Alicia Denham. She has write a book, a bestseller in a weekend, I believe.
Wow.
It's still called that. She might have changed the name, but it is possible. She has a caseload of bestsellers, authors that have gone through her program.
Crazy. Okay.
So it absolutely is. Yeah, it's absolutely possible to write a book in a weekend. Will that be your finished copy? No.
Yeah.
But it will remove a lot of that thinking of it's this big grand thing and it's going to take all of this time. Really, it's not that challenging. And I say that it took me 14 years to complete because I kept making it really complicated and putting it off. And finally, I just did it. So that's what this book became. And it's a bestseller. It's How to Use Hypnosis to Master Your Brain. And I started with another book, which is There's Magic But No Magic Pill. So that book is likely coming out this year. Yes. Yeah. I just have to decide if it's on the list of things that I get to do this year, because there's so many wonderful things. And if I just want to enjoy how to use hypnosis to master your brain for a little while longer. But when I started writing the first book, There is Magic But No Magic Pill, that's when I started to become really curious. There's that, obsession with education coming in about the process of book writing and how do I finish it, and then what happens when I finish it. Then what do I do once that happens, and how do I get it out in the world? Because we are so lucky right now. If you want to be an author, it's really, I can't imagine an easier time. All of the tools that we need to release our book, our idea, our passion into the world are just really at our fingertips. What it takes is money. You have to have some money. And I love sharing that because so many people will tell you along the way that it doesn't cost money, but every step of your business costs money. There's certainly more cost-effective ways of doing things. And again, we're really lucky. There are so many tools available that make it easier and making starting a business or writing a book more accessible. But every step along the way is going to cost you money. So if you have the time and the money to invest in whatever it is that you're looking to create, the tools are available. So I really love to share that because it really takes a lot of the excuses or reasons or explanations as to why we aren't doing something out of the equation, and you can just do it. You can do it. Absolutely. It's possible.
I love that. I love that. And that's where I've probably got 5 books up here. So you've inspired me to to go and get those done. And I actually was looking at a book retreat because I do find it hard to quiet my mind. And as a mother, I'm sure understand when our kids are running around, it probably is difficult to write a book when they're present. So I looked at a writer's retreat because I said that would be a treat to me. That would be time, self-care for me to go to a writer's retreat and accomplish something that is this big goal I want to accomplish, but also give me some time to quiet my mind. So you've definitely inspired me, and I'm excited to order a copy of the book. And then of course also look forward to, there's magic, but no magic pill. That's exciting. So tell me, I usually ask this question. Tell me a little bit about what would you say is the hardest thing you've had to overcome as an entrepreneur? Because I have a lot of people in my audience that are part-time entrepreneurs. They want to leave the 9 to 5. They want to go full in on their business, and they haven't. A lot of times it's scarce mindset. They're just concerned that I'm going to spend all of this money or I'm going to leave my job and have no money. So I've worked with some of them on scarce mindset just through business coaching. And then I know there's a lot of them out there that have those limiting beliefs, that are worried that they don't have something to offer that's going to be able to become a full-time income for them. So we've got a lot of different listeners in the audience that are in different places in their entrepreneurial journey. What is something as an entrepreneur that you've gone through that you feel someone could relate to and also overcome?
Yeah, that is the big one, isn't it? And there isn't a one size fits all answer for that, because everybody has definitely different limiting beliefs. So different areas where they need to get in there and work on some subconscious reprogramming. There's different ancestral patterns. There's different energetic patterns. So I think it's really important that people have that awareness into where their patterns exist and why they might keep coming up against the same wall or hitting the same ceiling over and over and over again, no matter what it is that they are doing, or no matter how they pivot, it's the same ceiling. So looking at those 3 layers, we talk a lot about subconscious reprogramming, and that's essential. We don't talk a lot about the ancestral patterns, and we don't talk too much about the energetic reprogramming. I know we're talking about raising vibration and vibes. Those are really important things, and that goes hand in hand with the energetic signature. So when we look at those 3 layers, we're able to really create and change and transformation a lot faster. But in terms of, what to decide to do when you have a job and you have a part-time business, for one group, why? Like, why do you want to leave your job? Because there are also benefits of having a job. There's benefits when you're running a business, when you're going to be a boss, to being an employee, because you get to examine how you show up as an employee and how your employers are treating you and speaking to you and how it is they communicate with you, and transfer those observations into how it is that you're running your business, how it is that you're treating your employees. And so it's a really great opportunity to be able to examine yourself and how to run a business, what works and what doesn't work. So just creating a little bit of a shift there, and like, what is the big rush? If you're just simply ready, then there does come a point where, and this is part of being an entrepreneur, that gets overlooked in conversations, is it involves a lot of risk. So you have to be ready for the risk. And that means that you could take a risk and it doesn't work out the way you think it's going to, which is totally fine. That's part of the game. You have to look at, like, everything is really an opportunity to grow and to learn and to apply those lessons into the next time, the next try. So you have to be ready for risk. And it's not only in that one choice, because we think like, okay, I'm going to quit my job. And that's like, woo, I did it. I took the risk. I took the leap. I made that decision. But that decision moves forward with you, and you have the echoes of that decision. So you have to live with the consequences. And that doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing, the consequence of that risk every day. So you might feel really good with that choice in the moment, but know that you have to live with that choice every day for the next however long it takes you. And so it's going to get tough. Maybe, I'll also implant the idea that maybe it's not tough, because
Right.
all things are possible. All things are possible. I don't want to paint this picture that it's just this one way, because there are so many ways, and you could be the person where you take the risk and the next day you have $100,000 sale and everything is great and your business just continues to work out for you and you have a surplus and all those beautiful things. That's possible. So let's just throw all of those things out there, all the different scenarios. But that's the important thing, is to be comfortable with all of them and to know that it's a possibility and they all have something, some opportunity, something to teach you about your next steps in business. So if you're ready to take the risk, then take the risk, because you're going to come up with something really, really good on the other side of it anyway. So and then for the people that maybe are a little less risk adverse, just make a plan.
Right.
Make a plan. Yeah, if you need to have a certain amount of money saved. But again, there isn't a guarantee. I mean, there is a guarantee if we're going to get into like subconscious reprogramming and knowing that you are the creator of your life. And but for most of us, that takes a little bit of time to really anchor in that shift and embody it. I hope that I answered that.
Yes. No, I
question.
love that. I love that. That's something that, I mean, everyone needs to do mindset work. Entrepreneur, moms, manager, like, it doesn't matter. Everyone needs mindset work. Very few people, I believe, just have that strong mindset without working on it consistently. So I love that you're so in tune with it, and you've got all of these really really unique ways of helping people overcome. Like I said, I encourage anyone that's watching this, wherever you are, to check out Lainne's website and look. I mean, I was just reading on, different practices that you use with your one-on-one clients, and just really cool, just really unique ways that dig deep and teach them to overcome that. So I'm excited to share that with you. So I know we're going to wrap up. What is the best way for people to get in touch with you? Because I saw if they were interested, I think you do consult calls, discovery calls to see if they're a good fit to work with you. Is that correct? What's the best way for people to find you?
The best way is just to go to my website and to look for a consult, to book a call.
Awesome.
That's the best way. Or you can send me a DM on social media. That's also a really good way.
Awesome. And I will make sure that those links are in the show notes. So like I said, no matter where you're listening or watching this, all of Lainne's information, a little bit about her will be in the show notes. You can get that there. And I appreciate you being on here so much today. I'm excited. Like I said, I'm going to go get a copy of your book. I'm going to make sure it's on my list to read, and excited to just learn more about you. I'm so glad that we were able to connect and I was able to have you as a guest today. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you so much for having me. And if anybody has any questions, like they just want to ask a question, you can just ask me a question. I'm really, really approachable. We've all been there. Like, we've all been wherever you are on the journey. We've been there. And like my purpose in coaching is to help. So if you have a question and you just want to ask it, you can ask me. Just, again, you can send me an email, or you can ask me a question on social media, and I will absolutely answer it. And if I can't answer it, I will refer you to somebody that can.
Oh, I love that. I love that. The power of proximity is amazing. And just helping people connect. That's so awesome. Well, thank you so much. And thank you all for listening. Until next time, make sure to make it simple, make it social, and make it awesome. I will see y'all next week. Bye, guys.